Hey everybody, you're watching the Weird Beatnik channel. I'm your friendly neighborhood bohemian. I hope you guys are having a good day, such as I am. So I wanted to kind of talk about, and it's kind of a weird concept, but I hope you guys can at least be entertained. I love my weird concepts. I have to get weird sometimes. So I wanted to kind of talk about pop culture through occulted lens, or if you will, pop culture, or if you will, occultism through a pop culture lens. Whatever way you prefer, I guess. I wanted to kind of talk about superhero comics, because if you know me, I'm a big fan. I always have been. Especially, I have a big heart for, and I like other eras. Not really, but I try. I like the Silver Age. That's my big love, is the Silver Age. Like, I love that whole era, to be honest. Like, I love, the idea of, nuclear fear and all that stuff. And it's just great stuff. And I like that. And characters like Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, the Incredible Hulk, stuff like that, really does show. If you read those comics now, it kind of shows, the times they were living in, and it's great. And I wanted to kind of talk about, occult science through these things, because if you think about it, and trying to find the right words here, but if you think about it, though, a character like the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner, it's pretty much Frankenstein meets Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? It's that type of story where he wants to save a kid, a teenager, because they were touching a nuclear blast site, and this dumb teenager just comes in the car, and and boom, he saves the kid, but he turns into the Hulk. Now, what does this have to do with the occult science, you ask? And keep in mind, this will be a pretty rambly video, just bear with me. What does this have to do with occult science, you ask? Well, superheroes didn't just spawn out of nowhere. Stan Lee didn't really come up with the concept. Older people before him didn't really come up with the concept. They come up with the concept in a modern sense. But if you look back, though, to the Egyptian days, or even the Greek days, they had their own brand of superheroes. They were just called gods then. And they didn't get their superpowers through nuclear diffusions or atomic fears. They got their powers from a lightning bolt from the gods. It's the same concept, but more and less, it's through a scientific lens. And my point is, and I'm going to put something in the comments, is a video I watched of this author who did a book called Mystics and Mutants. It's a good interview. I haven't read the book myself, but I do want to start reading it because it looks good. And the interview is pretty good. And it's what he was talking about is basically how we as a society, we recycle a lot of things in our pop culture. Take even aliens, right? Back in the day, like I said, they wouldn't be called aliens or grays or green men. They would have been called the gods, And if you look at even the Christian mythos, angels did not look anything like human beings with wings. They looked like freaking aliens. That was, that was what it was. And I find this whole thing interesting, being into superheroes and me seeking spirituality, because I'm starting to notice that a lot of our pop culture, I mean, take Doctor Strange for a sample. Like, when Doctor Strange was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko in the 60s, you know, they wanted to move away a little bit from the science fiction. But with that, though, I don't think they move away from science fiction. They were just telling the old school story of science fiction, which is magic. Because magic, if you think about it, is a type of pseudoscience, right? Like, magic is what science used to be, or how people would perceive as scientific. Superstition was the science of its day, you know. In many ways, you can see parallels. You know, and again, I know I'm not explaining myself pretty well, but I'm having fun anyway, so. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll link that video, and have a good day, everybody. Tell me what you think.